All right, Coach, 66-63 over IPFW. You guys are down 10, about 5 to play, and really had to battle back. What was it about your guys' perseverance today that you really liked?
You know, I think they knew just from A, older guys on the floor, B, it being February, they knew the ball was going to bounce our way. I think we were down because we missed some layups and we missed a free throw here, great execution. The ball just wasn't falling, and then you kind of go down, and they didn't score every time, which sometimes early in the year that was happening. So I thought our defensive effort carried us through some of those things, even though they expanded the lead. It was because some easy one-foot jump hooks and layups just weren't falling, but we regrouped, and I think that showed just in how well Christian, Alex, and Steven played. 3 seniors you expect. You want them to play this well in February, and for them to do it and nail it really down the stretch and put the nail in it from start to finish with that, from that run, being down 10 was outstanding. They got the rebounds, they scored the buckets, they got the stops. They really just put their fingerprints on that whole stretch of the game, and necessarily it wasn't, we didn't play poorly during that stretch. I mean, you can't really, fault just the ball not going in on jump hooks and layups, and essentially that's what it boiled down to. Those balls didn't fall for us, but probably as well as we played defensively, just in terms of effort, forcing tons of timely turnovers and tons of timely deflections that just re-energized us. So that's good to know when your defense gives you energy, not made shots.
Now it's 2 games in a row where it has been the senior class really carrying the load. Today, Steven really steps up and hits shots late. What is it about his game where he steps up and is able to take the big shot like that?
I think, and that's part of it. We talked about this, like the last game is believing, and when you're stepping up to do it, that means you believe you can do it. That's even prior to the act. So you saw it in their eyes. I mean, they couldn't believe, not that they were, laissez-faire attitude or anything, that they're brushing off the deficit, but you saw in their eyes, like, okay, that's not the real score. I mean, not to take credit away from them, but they knew we were playing at a lot better clip, and they turned it on, not in a light switch kind of way, but just an extra gear. I thought an extra layer of athleticism and effort, and they were all over the floor, so that was great to see.
Now, lastly, one of the things they talk about with college basketball is you want to be peaking at the right time. This is 2 wins in a row for you. We're not looking at March yet, but how nice is it to know that your team is finding a way to win these close games in February?
Yeah, it's great, and it's another game, probably our 6th game in a row like this, where it's come down late, where it's either a final possession or you're fouling late and really swiping through the end of the game. And so we talked about that. We want to collect as many and amass as many wins in February as we can and be hot going into the conference tournament. Sometimes I think at our level, maybe there's only one team that's hot in the conference tournament, and we want to be hot going in for sure. Not quite sure where we'll be, but A, we want to get there. B, we want to be playing hot. I think we will be fresh, hot, and a tough team to contend with this kind of mindset.
All right, thanks. 66-63 over IPFW. You hit some big shots down the stretch. Did you want the ball in your hands when it came time to make shots at the end of the game?
Yeah, I did. I definitely did. I think all 3 of us seniors, wanted the ball in our hands at the end of the game to make plays. We've worked so hard over all our careers that our backs are against the wall right now, and we're going to keep fighting and keep clawing, and I think us 3 are going to really hopefully lead us through and get things done and get us to that tournament.
Now you guys are down 10 with about 5 minutes left to play. You're going back to the huddle and you're saying we're not going to lose this game. What's your mindset at that point, knowing that you guys are still in the fight with down 10?
Coach has really stressed belief, and we've really bought into that, and we're believing, and it really feels like that shows on the court. No matter how it's been going, we've really fought and clawed, and we've been in a lot of games, and a lot of games the ball hasn't bounced our way, but these last 2 that they have, and it just feels great. It's an exciting time right now.
Now today, I wouldn't say it got chippy, but it was definitely a physical game and a lot of back and forth. What is it about that matchup that really kind of brings out the physical play?
I think that they really buy into that it's a rivalry, and we really don't take it that way. So we want to make sure that we win as many games as possible. So it can't be considered a rivalry. So it's a physical game. It's IPFW, IUPUI. It's always going to be like that. So this time it went our way. Up there, they were physical with us, so we kind of wanted to bring the physicality to the game this time.
Now, lastly, 2 in a row. You guys are finally starting to get some breaks and getting the ball to bounce your way. How's it feel knowing you've worked so hard all year to finally get some breaks?
It just feels great. I feel like everybody's really worked so hard this whole entire year, and for that whole month of January where it just seemed like nothing was going right for these last 2 games and the beginning of February for it to start bouncing our way. That's just confidence building up, and hopefully we can take that on the road and keep building on it.
All right, good stuff, Steve.
All right.